Welcome to today's video. We have a container of water here and we are going to be chopping Monstera Flame. That was supposed to be a dramatic intro. It didn't really turn out like I wanted or had hoped. Welcome. If you're new here, I'm Melissa, and today we're chopping Monstera Flame. This will be the second chop, and I'm going to replant the top portion and chop the rest of the plant up. I'm excited. I've been growing my flame for over 2 years, creeping on 2.5 years, I think. And it has some beautiful mature leaves, and I'm really excited to continue that and hopefully get even bigger leaves on this plant. The last video I made on this plant, it's probably been a year ago. I'll link it. This actually started from a tiny tissue culture, and I do have the deflasking video on my channel as well, which is crazy to think that this plant came from one of those plants in a packet. It's mind-blowing sometimes when you think about that. It's a very strong, healthy plant, and it's done very well for me. So from the last video, we had chopped it for the first time, and I replanted the top portion in a tiny thing of pond. The only thing that I've done with this plant since that video was slightly upsize it. I don't even remember when that was, maybe like 6 or so months ago. And that's it, it's been climbing ever since. And I have it in pond, so it gets nutrients every week, and it sits in front of this bright south window, so it gets pretty good light, and it's in a really warm environment, so I feel like that's helped contribute to the growth and for it, allowing it to climb. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And I'm in a little bit of a pickle with the pot size. I only have probably like a 6-7 inch pot and like a 10-inch pot. I don't have an in between. So the big one is going to be too big, I think, and the small one's going to be too small, but I might just stick it in the small one, and I may have to get a new pot. Yeah, that's the thing. These self-watering planters, sometimes you need like all these different sizes, and you have a lot of plants in pond, it adds up, and you accumulate a lot of pots very quickly. So I'm trying to avoid buying more because I have a closet full of pots and everything, so I'm going to try and make it work with what I have. So what I'm going to do with you first is go ahead and make the incision. We'll do that together, and I'm going to come back in about an hour because I want the callus or the end to callus before I stick it in pond. So the thing that I've done differently with the Monstera Flame is I've been air layering it, but with water instead of moss. It's quite the little invention, right? So I have a cup of water that is growing in some water roots from the aerial roots here. And that way I have some water roots, and I feel better about sticking this directly into pond once I cut it. I feel like I didn't want to use sphagnum moss this time because the first time I used sphagnum moss and it was fine. Sometimes sphagnum moss and me just doesn't get along. I always let it go too dry and it gets hydrophobic, and we just don't have a good history together. And I just didn't want to do that again for this. And I have a stacked pile of nursery pots so that it is able to get right underneath where the roots are coming out of. So yeah, I have a nice little set of water roots here, and I think it'll be fine going ahead and making the cut. I plan on making the cut right where the last set of aerial roots are coming. So like right here, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. And she just put out a new leaf, and let me show you the new leaf. It's going to be extremely backlit right now because of the window, but I'll show you once we take her down. But I was going to chop her a couple weeks ago, but then I saw she was pushing a new leaf, so I wanted to wait. But I don't know if you can see my hand, like the new leaf on this is huge. So big, it's crazy. Actually, what I might do is put her on this table, that way I can show you her. These are the pots I was trying to decide from. This is the pot size that she's currently in, but I just grabbed one that's already been used. It's clean. So I know the root system's probably gonna be hard to get out of that one, so I'd rather just start with the clean pot. And then I have a giant one. My El Choco was actually in this one, but I feel like this is gonna be too big because it doesn't have that many roots. So I may just stick it in this one for the time being. This actually smells good. I don't know that smell. It's clean, I washed it, but the plant El Choco was growing in here for so long. I'm gonna carefully transfer Monstera Flame to this little table that I have, and I'll be right back. All right, here is Monstera Flame in all of her glory. Look at that new leaf. It is so impressive, like my hand, it's crazy. It's crazy that this plant has matured like this, and I have a little Fenny. I just noticed that. Stop right now. I have a secondary Fenny. Why did I not see that before? I love when plants get their first like secondary fenestration because my jungle mint did the same thing. Oh, that's so exciting. I cannot believe I didn't notice that. It's the little things, guys. It's the little things. Actually, I can lower this table. I might try lowering it more so that I can get I can get this in frame, because I want to go ahead and make this chop here. Oh my gosh, it's probably a bad idea. I spilled the damn water again. I was trying to take a photo of the new leaf and everything, and I like got up close to it to get behind it to take a photo with my tripod and crash landing again. That's the third time I've spilled the water. I think what I'll do next time is like figure out a way to zip tie the water to the aerial root, because it does have some thick aerial roots. That way it won't keep falling on me. Ooh, alcohol. We are living dangerously. If I show you this way, the pole is going to be in the way, I think. All right, guys, I have no idea how in focus we are, but my plan, so this is the thick aerial root, and I think that's actually, shoot, there's one underneath. So I'm actually going to cut under this leaf, like right here on the node, on the stem, and then I'll end up clipping that leaf away because I need like a good part of the stem down in the pond. So we'll lose a leaf, but that's okay. I'm gonna chop right here, and hopefully we're in focus. All right, here we go. I probably should have waited to, shit. I probably should have waited to fill this water, dang it. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the roots out of the water for a second. This will be much easier. Okay. All right, we are chopped. Oh, you know what? I can go ahead and take apart the bottom of the pole because this top part can callus. I'm just going to remove this. There we go. That's the roots that were in the water, and that's where we cut. Dun dun dun, right there. It's got all these aerials here. So I'll leave this in the water, and we'll let that callus. Now I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. All right, I have MacGyvered the top cutting resting on the pink chair, and I have the water in those aerial roots so they don't dry out, and that end is right up in the air there on the end where that Velcro is, so it's going to dry. And yeah, I'll go ahead and cut this bottom half. I'll probably just go ahead and do this off camera so that I don't bore you guys. I'm basically, yeah, like I was saying, I'm just chopping all the nodes, and then I'll let them dry a little bit before I stick them in water, and I'll recycle the pond that I can. I'll come back on and show you the very end though, and show you the base, the root system, because I'm very curious how rooted it is in here. I got my cuttings, my little bouquet of Monstera Flame, and the ends are still callusing, but I'm going to probably stick these. I don't really have a bigger vase I can use right now, so I might have to do like individual cups of water, but that's okay. So all these will produce their own new growth. They'll probably be a bit slow to grow, but that's the bottom half. And then I have 2 more leaves, probably 2 more nodes under the pond here. But I'm gonna dump this out and take a look at the root system in here. I think seeing the root system is the coolest part for me. I love seeing the root system. I did water this the other day, so actually yesterday, so the pond is pretty wet. That's okay though. see, I'm gonna go ahead and do one more cutting. Okay, add that to our collection over here. One more node left. It's crazy that this was the very last part of the plant. You know, when I first put it in here, that's crazy. It's gonna grow its own new set of roots here. Okay. I try to boil and save what I can, but if this is just all roots, which it's looking like, I'll probably just chuck the rest, but I try to get off as much of the pond as possible. Like a little root system in there. It's hard to see. A lot of work getting the pond roots out, especially if I was trying to salvage the plant, but this is just, you know, roots because I cut up all the nodes. It's like stuck. Oh, okay. It was like stuck in the little divots in the pot. That's what it was stuck in. You can see some of them didn't come out down in there. Look at that. I mean, it had a ton of roots, don't get me wrong, but I'm surprised it didn't have more in there. That's crazy. Like a pancake of roots. Okay, the root system will get tossed. I'll get that kind of cleaned up out of here. I have a hard time sometimes getting these roots out of the little feet, but I'll get that later. I have a massive amount of dirty pots and stuff to clean in the bathroom. I'll just add this to my collection. That is good. So yeah, we'll let those callus and stick those in water. And I honestly think the top section has probably been like a good 45 minutes. I feel like we can go ahead and get it potted up. What I'll do is I actually want to hose it off in the shower. I might do that real quick and then meet you in the kitchen dining room because that's where the heavy pond is that I've recycled, and we'll get it potted up. I still don't know what pot I want to use, but we'll figure that out. I came out to where the kitties are. I really don't think this pot is going to work, the small one. I was looking at the big one again and I'm like, it's just too big, especially that plant was in there for a year. I mean, it did establish a pretty good root system, but I'm thinking the big one's gonna be way too big. I really wished I had a medium size. Because the thing that I think I messed up is I didn't cut the aerial roots enough, and now they're like long and they have like water roots on the end. So now I'm like, I'm gonna have to try and squish them in here without breaking. This is my giant thing of recycled pond. I'm gonna add some in the base of this pot here. The aerials are way too long. That's the water roots. I'm like, I need like a big pot. I am gonna have to get rid of this leaf, unfortunately. I'm gonna go ahead and break it off. Goodbye, leaf. That's a decent size little leaf. I don't know if I can get the aerials in here because I don't want to break them. Oh. Uh-oh. Do you see what I mean? Okay, these ones bend pretty easily. It's just the thick one. Maybe I'll just have to cut this thick one and not use it. Unless I can sort of bend it. I need to get this base down further. I can bend it in there. This is a lot of aerial root. Okay. I still think that's good. Oops, I can kind of guide her back to the pole. Tell you what, since she's more this way, I'm gonna put this over here on this side. Where's the hole? I can't find it. I am busting these aerial roots. Okay, it's right there. Okay, no, wait, that's not the hole. Oh my gosh. Where the hell is it? Just not be this complicated. Oh my goodness gracious me. Is the hole blocked? Has it? What the heck? It was blocked the whole time. No wonder. Okay, how do I want to do this? Because this is driving me crazy. See, the hole is blocked. Right there. I can't get into it. Just stab it. Okay. I feel like my issue is I wanted it more straight, but these aerial roots are like preventing that from happening. All right, it's just gonna be at a weird angle. I just can't finagle with it anymore. Okay, let's fill it up. It's looking so cute. All right, I'm gonna use the Velcro that was on here and just kind of anchor the vine down here to the pole. And those set of aerial roots are kind of like attached on down here, or guided to it. Whew, that was a lot. All right, yeah, it's just gonna be at a weird angle trying to water this and stuff. All right, I have a thing of nutrients right here. Okay, I think that's good. If you want to see her, dun 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 dun, look how pretty. Oh, I love her. The new leaf. So pretty. Oh, I love her this size. She definitely needed to be chopped. So pretty. It's crazy. I was posting on my Instagram the photo that I took while I was waiting for the indicallus, and I deflossed in October 23. So in October of this year, I'll have the plant growing for 3 years. So this is her second chop. That's crazy. I'll get her put back in the plant room, and yeah, the cuttings, I'll go ahead and just stick those in a vase of water. So pretty. I'm so happy I chopped her. Her bottom node is all the way there, so she'll probably grow to the top of the pole. Hopefully by the end of the year, we'll see. Her next leaf will probably be a bit small just because of the chop, but I feel like she will size up again in no time. Crazy. All right, back here in the plant room, I have my cuttings and I have some water vases, so I'm just going to plop them in one. Ugh. I'll be getting rid of the rest of these Monstera props here soon too. I might have to double one of these up. Actually, might have to double 2 of them up for the time being. That's okay. We'll do those 2. All right, those are the cuttings. Oh, I love her. She's so cute in her home. Look how pretty. Because she was like all the way up here. That's crazy. I think she'll do just fine. She had some water roots forming on the aerial, so I think she'll adjust. And it's watered, got her anchored, so she'll be good. This leaf wasn't fully hardened yet, but I think it's fine. And I'm excited whenever she decides to push a new one. We are heading into the growing season here, so I think that will be good for her. She'll bounce back quickly here. And yeah, I'm excited to see her all chopped. She looks so freaking good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I felt like it was a little bit of chaos and everything, but that's how it goes sometimes. And I'll let the cuttings root up and grow out, I guess. And more than likely, I have growed out her previous chop when I did that and new growth emerged, but I sold them kind of as cuttings. So I know this plant isn't rare or anything right now, so I don't know what I'll do with them. I'll root them and grow them out and let the new growth emerge, and I'll see. Maybe I can just list them as like rooted cuttings and see if anyone wants them. But yeah, I will leave them in here and grow a bit. And yeah, I have a lot more chopping and stuff to do. I get excited chopping plants because it's like I make more room, I bring them back down to a normal size. I feel like I'm at a point now where I'm doing a lot of growing and I'm kind of overrun with propagations at the moment, but that is okay. We'll get the rest taken care of here shortly. I appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, let me know down below and I will see you in the next one.